What's going on with HYBE and BTS, New Jeans? It's a mess. Let's look into this, okay? Hello, my friends. How are you doing? Please, how are you doing? Now, if you are Army, you probably um are upset, are concerned about BTS, and I get it. I think what we're seeing happening is really hard when we know that these 7 young men have been through so much to get to where they are. There's been a lot of hard work. There has been growth in who they are and becoming men of integrity, men who work hard with strong work ethics. It's it took growth. It took learning from mistakes and learning how to work with one another when they are all so very different people. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, is we've been covering a lot with Hee Jin and her trying to infiltrate, and basically she wants to ruin BTS and bring in her group and pretty much take over her own agency and be away from HYBE. And she's been seeking some demon possessed shaman and all this crazy stuff, and her goal was to try and bring up past things of plagiarism and chart manipulation. Now, back in, from what I understand, is 2013 and 2014, there were lines in songs that BTS had done that were taken from other songs, from other works that other writers have created. And RM, Suga, and J Hope went under fire for this and were accused of this plagiarism. And they had come out and apologized. Okay. Now, this is back in 2013, 2014. So we're like 10 years ago when they were much younger and they were just new in the scene. And then I think it was 2017 was when there was they went to court. They were tried because they were being accused of chart manipulation. I was being accused of this, and the courts cleared him and said, no, that isn't what's been happening. BTS is just picked up. They're that good, and it's catching on. More and more people are listening. Now, to bring up these past things, whether there was truth to chart manipulation or not, and when it dealing with the plagiarism, I'm going to say this. And I mentioned this on the Patreon. I wrote something, my thoughts on a lot of this. And it has to do with, instead of tearing a person down for what happened in their past, for things that they did wrong, we should build a person up by seeing, wow, you know what? You learned your lessons, you've grown, you've matured, and you didn't continue making the same mistakes over and over again. You learned from it and you got better and you became a better person. And so looking back at someone's past where there's been some things. Someone has said or done things that haven't been good. Doesn't mean that this is something that they should have to keep reliving over and over again. Instead, it should be noticed, yeah, see, that's what I used to be like. Look who I am now. I can't say enough that should be the mindset, but that isn't the mindset, unfortunately. It's getting stuffy in my office, and I was about to turn on the fan, but my remote didn't work. I got the fan going now. You might hear it, but okay, a little fresh air is what I need. What I'm saying is, some newer fans to BTS are shocked, younger fans who didn't know that this had happened in the past. And they're like, this couldn't have happened, or what? Why aren't they being held accountable? Why did this happen? Well, no, you weren't around when they addressed it, when they admitted to it, when they had to be humble and say, yeah, you know what, we made a mistake, we're going to. And the thing is they didn't continue doing it. They didn't continue plagiarizing. Instead, these young men found their own voice, and a confidence grew in them, and to just be open and trust in themselves more and more. And that's hard to do as a creator, to trust in yourself. But they did, and it worked out for them. It's worked out for them. Okay? It took them growing from mistakes, and every young person, we make mistakes when we're younger and even as adults, and it's a forever learning. We are forever learning how to be a better person. Now, some people may choose not to learn from their mistakes and just repeat it over and over and think they can keep getting away with things. But you don't see that with BTS. You see growth and maturity and young men with integrity and strong, hard-working. My mind went blank. They have good ethics. That's not the word I'm looking for, but they held themselves to a higher accountability to be better people. So people are concerned, how is this going to affect? Is this going to affect the reunion in 2025? Who knows? Will it? How is it going to affect them all coming together again and working? There's going to be a reuniting together. Now, Jimin and Jungkook, they aren't together because they went into the military as companion soldiers. But I know BTS, this is really hard, and HYBE is having to deal with all the stuff that the CEO of Adore, Hee Jin, has been trying to sabotage. And so everyone's dirt is going to be flying everywhere, and it's going to get ugly, I really believe. For New Jeans, I am very concerned about New Jeans. They were very young starting out. They had a shorter training period time than others. I want to do some readings on them and also on BTS. And so let's get this one video done. Right now, we're just going to focus on BTS. Yeah, I'm worried. But I also know that the young men, they're not able to stand up for themselves right now. Jin is going to be released coming soon. He's going to be everyone is going to want his attention, want his views. And I'm going to ask people, please respect the fact that he is going to have to acclimate to being a civilian. He has been in the military, focused on other things, and living a life that's been away from all of this here going on in the K-pop industry. And it's going to be a lot to come at him right away. So, yeah, I hope we're all patient with him. So, let's get into this reading, okay? Thank you for sticking around. If you have, give me that purple heart. I love you all. Let's go. All right, everybody. I'm using my Kuromi deck again. I just really like this deck. Right now, it's just one that's been connecting with me. I also think I have to use another deck too. A couple more in this reading, but okay, that didn't shuffle very well. Huh? Maybe I should pay it. Let's try this again. Okay. Let's try this again. Too many cards flying out. I just want one or two. Please. Okay. I thought one flew up. Okay, here it is. Okay. Okay. The Page of Cups. There's it's almost like, okay, what I'm seeing here is with this and the World and the Seven of Wands, there's this naive, very naive kind of feeling that they could just sit here and wait on things and everything's going to be right with the world and they're going to come out victorious. But that isn't, this is, they're not, someone that it's not being taken enough seriously what's going on. They think it's going to be a-okay. Like they're this impenetrable force, and so it's like they're just going to just procrastinate, just wait on it. They're like, BTS isn't around, we don't really, let's, they're worried about other things. HYBE is, when it comes to BTS. They just think, they're the golden boys and they're going to come out on top and victorious. It won't be that way. The Hierophant. There is something very spiritual that is going on. That there is a very spiritual attack that they need to focus on. They need to take seriously what this person was doing when they were messing around with this shaman and such. Because it's time to clear that up. It's time to go on, break that spell, break the darkness, and fight back. They can't just sit on their laurels. It's not going to work that way. And the men need to really sit. I think some of them have been spiritually looking into things. Okay, because here is Hee Jin. She is very greedy, and she is still trying to come out. Come out on top and bring down the others. Yeah. She needs to be stopped. Let's see here. Okay. All right. There are obviously two things coming down, two choices that they need to plan instead of wait around. They need to be making decisions. They need to be looking ahead. HYBE needs to be more proactive and then assuming that everything's going to be fine. they have to be ready. They need to prepare themselves. Will they do so? I think a lot of it is going to land on the shoulders of the guys, the 7 young men. I think they're going to have to step up for themselves. Something about a contract. I'm hearing contract. Okay. Okay. Um, we have the 5 of Swords. So the conflict, there is going to be healing. There can be healing and spiritual healing, and it can happen. It's going to take someone to just pretty much wake them up. The Devil here is reversed. Now, if it was upright, that would have been, I would have felt like they're being controlled. But this is freedom. Oh, wow. Some contract. Remember when I said there was I kept hearing contract. I said something about contract. This is a freedom, a release from the control. This is having enlightenment. This is like a divorce almost. I don't know how true BTS is going to stick to HYBE if HYBE does not take the ground, stand their ground, and protect these young men. I just thinking of Jackie Chan in an interview I recently saw where Jackie Chan did a commercial with V, and he was very shocked and very disappointed, not in Taehyung, but in HYBE staff, Big Hit staff, because these people were not ready. They were not taking care of V appropriately. They were not preparing him. They were not taking in concern his needs. They were off doing their own thing. They were not attentive. They were not taking care of him. They were being neglectful, and this shocked. He's like, Taehyung is up here, and he walks in to come in to do work, and his staff better be ready, better be right there on top of it and ready at it. Ow, I just hurt my thumb. I tried to snap, and ow. But they need to be right on it. But they weren't. They haven't been. They weren't. And it was upsetting to Jackie Chan that he even brought it up in an interview. So when I kept seeing that V wasn't being taken care of and someone was trying to sabotage him around the staff, he can't trust his staff. He couldn't trust his staff, and we're seeing more and more of how much that was real. Let's see here. Okay, let's give me a card. Okay, we just saw a card, huh? Hard work. Look at her. Hiromi's like, I'm working hard. That's what the 7 of Pentacles is about. It's about looking over your hard work. They're going to have to work even harder. They're going to have to work hard again and take some strong stance in things. This is because of their hard work, because they've worked so hard and persevered. There is stuff owed to them, coming to them, but it's like, but it takes a lot of planning. They have to plan their next steps very carefully. I'm looking at RM. He is a leader, but I know he needs a break. I know it's so hard on him, but he is going to have to corral and bring these men together again and help them get through all this muck that HYBE has done. Oh, I just keep thinking of Scooter Braun. He needs to... I can't stand him. Okay, here's the Knight of Swords. And this is taking action, using your mind, quick-wittedness. Needing to just get out there. This is defending, standing for what you believe and who you are. This is making huge changes. Changes are going to have to be made, and I don't think everyone's going to be happy with them, with the changes and choices. But they have to stand up for themselves and make the choices right for them. And we're going to have to accept it. And some of the stuff is going to happen so fast. We're going to be like, why didn't we see this coming? Why didn't we know that this was well, you know what? They've been away. They've gotten to see the world from another perspective right now. And so they're going to have to make rapid action and just move on. This is freedom and release. Go forward, moving forward. I don't understand all that is happening, but there's gonna be some kind of breakdown with HYBE and BTS. I don't know if we're actually gonna see it. It's gonna be like they're gonna be coming to HYBE, being like, we need more. What you need us, and what you put us through, and we realize now that you haven't taken as good a care as you could have. You have been, I see them gobbling away money that belonged to the boys. That's what I'm seeing. And when I see this here upside down, yeah, there's this is the Ten of Wands, and that has to do with the burden, but this is being burnt out on what has happened and moving forward. It's like, you know what? I've been taking on a whole lot of responsibilities that I shouldn't have, because you guys should have been handling this. And because HYBE didn't handle it, it has worn down on the boys and their safety and their confidence that they're going to be taken care of. I think when they end up in the military, when they were originally being told, hey, we're going to come up with something for you guys, and all these honors you were getting from the government and from around the world, it didn't matter. HYBE let them down somehow, and HYBE allowed it to they could have done more, is what I am seeing here. And there is going to be they are really definitely going to be confronting HYBE. I get that real strong sense that it's, yeah. So what we're going to see is probably, what I can tell is they're going to, BTS members are going to realize that there's things that they need to move on. There's changes that need to happen, and they need to raise their expectations of what, and see them met. Because they haven't been met, and they've been neglected for far too long. Just gonna put that out there. This is all for entertainment. Again, I have to stress, but I love you all. I'm going to be doing another video soon on new jeans. And yeah, if you are wanting to know about, wanting me to do several, do readings on just each individual member of BTS, I've already done that this month, but I did that in my Patreon. There is a special on my Patreon where you can be a member for 7 days for free, and then choose to stay on and pay. So you might want to look into that option. You do get, when you become a member, you do have access to my Discord server, where you can see me and others talking and sharing about this kind of information, sharing about all sorts of stuff going on in the K-pop world and in other areas of stuff that I cover on my videos here. True crime and conspiracy theories, all that. But you get access to that, and you also get all the videos and past videos I've ever done on the Patreon. You will have access to those also. Okay. I think that's about it. If you want to book a personal reading with me, go to dsparta.com, and you'll be able to book a reading. You can also order my new book, Breaking the Heavens. This is about the celestial world, the celestial legacies of angels and demons coming and living on earth and their children. I enjoyed writing it, and I hope you would enjoy it too. There is love. There is war or battles. all sorts of stuff. It's fun. Anyway, I love you guys. Remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll see you around.